Previously on Smart Mobility Today, we covered stories about robots, EVs, AV safety, and green hydrogen. This week's news focuses on aerial mobility, hydrogen power, edible robots. Yes, I said edible robots. The growth in smart cities, and limestone.
You've got something to say, and we can help you say it. Detroit Media Productions is here for your audio, photography, and video needs. DetroitMediaProductions.com.
Hi, this is Cindy Polakowski. Following FAA approval to operate its drones beyond the visual line of sight of their human operators, Amazon is announcing a major expansion of its drone delivery services, planning a widened range of delivery across the United States. The move represents a milestone for a company that has talked about drone delivery for more than 10 years. The Amazon approval was granted after it demonstrated in real-world flights that its onboard detect and avoid technology could ensure safe navigation around obstacles. According to a company post, quote, "We flew in the presence of real planes, helicopters, and a hot air balloon to demonstrate how the drone safely navigated away from each of them." Amazon plans to integrate drone deliveries into its network by placing drone facilities next to its same-day delivery sites. Plans for this service indicate it will begin in Arizona. In Greece, Aria Hotels is developing 4 vertiports that will support eVTOL air taxis that the hotel chain will lease from Beta Technologies. The flying taxis will produce zero emissions and significantly less noise than traditional helicopters. With a range of 250 nautical miles, the vehicles can fully recharge in less than an hour. The 4 vertiports will include electric charging stations and relaxation areas for the passengers. The environmental impact will be less than that of any traditional aircraft infrastructure and will be deployed to support Greek tourist destinations. And more about the future of flight, and specifically airports. The term Airport 4.0 is a reference to a more sustainable way of supporting aerial flight. As much of the world struggles to achieve climate targets, traditional airports are not exactly green. However, facilities that prioritize the use of renewable energy sources like wind and solar, and those that use automation and digital technologies to increase efficiency, hope to reduce carbon emissions while maintaining high levels of safety and customer experience. Some of the leaders in the development of green airports include Finland's Helsinki Airport, the Indira Gandhi International Airport in India, Singapore's Changi Airport, and the San Francisco International Airport. Most of these are working toward goals of becoming carbon neutral by December 2024 and achieving net zero emissions by 2030. According to Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares, the transition to electric vehicles is especially hard on auto suppliers. Citing a, quote, significant burden on auto suppliers, Tavares sees the race to EVs as a cost-cutting race driven by competition with China and forcing suppliers to be a part of the effort to make up for the 40 to 50% difference in production costs that exists between China and the West. Those cost-cutting efforts have to include supply chains and logistics, and therefore, quote, the sourcing will move from the Western world to the best cost countries.
Looking for better ways to manage your IT, phone systems, or remote workforce? Improve your organization using technology that works for you. psntechnology.com.
At the just concluded ACT Expo, Honda introduced its Class 8 hydrogen fuel truck concept. Held this year in Las Vegas, the Advanced Clean Transportation Expo touts itself as North America's largest advanced vehicle technology event, connecting the most influential leaders in the transportation industry. The Honda concept is a new demonstration project whose goal is the production of fuel cell-powered products for the North American market. The effort is part of Honda's expansion of its hydrogen business and its goal of zero environmental impact globally, including carbon neutrality for all products and corporate activities by 2050. According to Ryan Hardy, Assistant Vice President of Sustainability and Business Development, Quote, commercial vehicles, including Class 8 trucks, where fuel cells offer the best zero-emission replacement for existing diesel applications, are a key part of Honda's broad hydrogen business strategy. The operational Honda Class 8 truck concept is powered by 3 new Honda fuel cell systems, now in mass production at a Fuel Cell System Manufacturing LLC, a joint venture production facility with General Motors in Brownstown, Michigan. This new system is key to the Honda hydrogen business strategy. Co-developed by Honda and GM over the past decade, the system advances performance and doubles durability while reducing costs by 2/3 compared with the previous generation. Honda identified the focus of its new fuel cell system: fuel cell electric vehicles, commercial fuel cell vehicles, stationary power stations, and construction machinery. Long delayed, the Boeing Starliner launch is scheduled for this weekend. NASA crew flight test astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore arrived Tuesday at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, ahead of an expected June 1st liftoff. Assuming no delays, the Boeing Starliner will launch from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station no earlier than 12:25 p.m. The launch can be viewed at NASA television through space.com. Published recently in the journal Nature Reviews Materials, an article asks if edible robots could play a role in the future of food and medicine. Apparently, there is a lot of progress in the development of edible materials, and the idea is that these soft materials can be used to develop robots that are edible. I know this sounds crazy, but the overlap between food processing and food design technology opens doors that seem surprising. And it takes the idea of robotic delivery to the next level. Like the robot delivers the pizza, an idea I understand. And then you eat the robot for dessert, an idea I really have to think about. It is a concept, somehow making the robot itself more sustainable and delicious. We will be right back.
All right, ready. All right, I'm ready. No, that's fine. All right, ready.
More water. I know.
But I can give it a go.
I did.
Hey, shut the door.
His wife makes no sense. Okay.
Freelancers, gig workers, and entrepreneurs are creating the future of work. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter at workshifter.com and follow us at Workshifter on social media.
As more cities seek solutions to urban challenges like traffic congestion, cybercrime, and energy management, smart city technologies will represent a $100 billion industry this year. According to Stocklytics.com, the market size of smart city technologies has increased by 140% over the last 5 years and involves technologies like communication networks, IoT, and security services. The report says that China is and will remain the largest and fastest growing market. Chinese smart city revenues will increase by 18.5% or $43.5 billion in 2024. North America represents the second largest market, and this sector will continue to grow, projecting worldwide smart city technology revenues to increase an average of $15 billion per year to $165 billion in 2028. On my local Detroit area freeway, testing will soon begin in a smart city initiative, a connected and automated vehicle lane on Interstate 94. According to Michigan's Department of Transportation, crews have finished installing digital and physical infrastructure for the CAV corridor. The lane will remain open to all users for the immediate future, and testing will happen during off-peak hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekdays, with dedicated test vehicles. The vision for the corridor is to create CAV lanes to help increase safe and efficient roadway operations. The plan includes shuttles that can carry people, allowing autonomous vehicles using the lanes to communicate with each other, as well as the ability to accommodate mixed traffic. In June of 2018, I attended an event at Detroit's famous Michigan Central Station. It was the day that Ford Motor Company unveiled an ambitious plan to convert the long-abandoned structure into a center for technology focused on mobility and innovation. After 6 years, the grand opening is just next week, and it will feature concerts, speeches, and a 10-day-long open house. I'm going. But this story is really about limestone. An effort to get the exact limestone needed to match the renovated structure meant that Ford had to reopen the quarry in Indiana where the original limestone was sourced 111 years ago. The effort involved cutting down trees that had grown on the roadway during the 30 years since the quarry had closed. It involved finding members of the family that worked at the quarry in order to get the exact match. Once found and brought back to Michigan, the stone carving, which needed to reproduce specific ornate building pieces, was so complicated and data-heavy that the scanned images over a 2-week period continually crashed the computer. A more human approach was found to be the answer, and the carving was done by hand. Using pneumatic air chisels and an air saw, a 40-year master stone carver named John Goodrow Sr. spent hundreds of hours carving, including a 5-by-6-foot piece that sits at the top of a building column. A perfect blend of technology and mastery. Hope to see you there.
Read these stories and more at globalautomobility.com and subscribe to Smart Mobility today on your favorite podcast platform. Sign up to receive our weekly newsletter and follow us on social media at Smart Mobility Today. Produced by Detroit Media Productions, this is Smart Mobility Today.